Hiya, experts! We are entering our third day of Buttons and Boxes boot camp. Remember, a boot camp is where you spend a lot of time really fast learning something so that you can be excellent at it. And so far, you've put in two really important hard days of work. First, spotting your subtopic. Remember, our topic is what the whole book is about, and our subtopic is what each page or section is about. Then you figured out how to find the best details, the ones that relate back to your subtopic so that they all fit together, and that teaches something that makes me think either huh or wow or I want to remember that or this is important. So the third and final step of Buttons and Boxes is this: name your idea. Now, if you've done these first two steps really well, this third step will go much more easily. Remember that our buttons, boom, 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 are details, and that we find those buttons in our books. Now, the box is my idea, and I put my because boxes come from our brains. Boxes come from our brains. Here's a little picture, exact replica of a brain right there. Buttons come from our books. We can point to them, but boxes, they come from our brains. And they are what all of our buttons are teaching us when we ask the question, what am I learning about my subtopic? What do these details teach me about my subtopic? So, here are the major steps of finding your idea. First, and super important, reread your details, because your details are what you're going to, reread your details because your details are teaching you something about your topic. Then ask yourself, what am I learning about my subtopic from these details? Then you're going to start your box with your subtopic, because really that's what your idea is about, whether it's lions or race cars or whatever you're reading. Then you're going to add your answer from the question above. So, what am I learning about my subtopic? Now, yesterday, I showed you a page about punishment that Roman gladiators got if they did something wrong. So, I want to pull back out my notes because I want to reread my details. Okay, so I'm going to put my keyboard down and then I'm going to think about these details. Okay, let me get a little closer in. Okay, so my details from yesterday were these. Gladiators were punished. Oops, it's a little hard to see. 1 second. A little better. Gladiators were punished by being locked in prisons. They were given no food or rotten food, and other punishments included branding on the forehead, flogging, and the stocks. Okay, so I reread my details. Now I want to ask myself, what am I learning about my subtopic of punishments by these details? So, one easy way to get myself started is by just putting my subtopic in to get me thinking, okay? So, what am I learning about, my idea? So, my subtopic is punishment, so I'm going to put that in, punishments. Punishments. And let me think. So, what idea am I learning about punishments here? Well, what I'm really learning is that punishments were really extreme, really harsh for gladiators that messed up or ran away. Because remember, they got branded on that forehead. Now, I want to make sure that all of my details are included in my idea. Okay, so let me expand this. Now, and I'll show you that I could do this way too, and maybe it's easier to see. So punishment was extremely harsh for gladiators who messed up. Now I want to make sure that all of my details add up to my idea. So, yep, this was about punishment. Yeah, it'd be extremely harsh to have no food or rotten food. And like getting branded or flogged or put in the stocks was definitely extremely harsh. So, now that I step back, I realize that I've got this strong buttons and boxes because I followed these 3 steps. I figured out what my subtopic was, then I figured out the best details, and then I named my idea. And that idea came straight up from my brain. Now, experts, you're going to get a chance to do this too, either on Notability or in your notebooks. During reading time today, first complete Lesson 6 Ideas Quick Check, which just tells me how today went for you, if you got it or if you might need some extra help. And then go back to either Notability or to your notebook and add ideas to all of your buttons and boxes. Remember to follow these steps as you do, then post to buttons and boxes 2 on Schoology. Happy reading!